The concept that we're working on today or this week is the hip line and the shoulder line, and we're going to go through a couple of scenarios where the hip line and the shoulder line, when we're doing our basic defenses, works as a negative versus where we can put ourselves into a positive position. Really simple is my hip line and shoulder line is dictated by a couple of things. The position of my knees, position of my shoulders, and position of my hands. So we're going to have a look at the basics of the hip line. So for today's classes, my hip line wants to be 90 degrees and chest down, not 90 degrees and back down. So the easiest way to do that is anytime that I'm posting high, the pressure on my hand will turn my shoulder down. Anytime that I'm posting low, I generally have the hips turning. Secondly is if I have a knee shield in and I put pressure on my knee, it's back down. Or if I put my knee behind my partner, knee towards the ground, I'm going chest down. So we start this, it's a little bit of detail. Let's go Micah, please. Now I'm going to go really slow motion. So for those of you that haven't done jiu-jitsu before, you want to take 10% of the class away, not 90%. Okay. So and you're going to get some weird positions and comments and all that. So it is what it is. But from there, okay, so from the guard, so the guard position, if Micah opens up my guard and starts pressing, one of the things I see people do is to start the frame to stop the guard pass. The downfall about this is if Micah slowly puts pressure onto my hand, it'll, just put pressure onto my hand, so that'll put my shoulder back down to the ground. Secondly, if I go knee shield, so I'm shielding the guard pass to my knee, if Micah simply puts pressure back onto me, it's going to put my shoulder down to the ground and pin me. So what we want to do is we want to work on what we call the inside position. So as he starts past the guard from here, I want to start to work onto the inside position. So if he's pushing my knee down, I want to work on the inside, so my hand's coming down. Secondly is I'm not trying to recover my knee, I'm leaving my knee behind my partner. Mike will generally go to the cross face, so he's going to try and push my back on the ground. Because my hand's here, all I'm going to do is this, watch carefully, is my top knee, which is my left knee, is now going to slowly drive forwards and down in front of my right knee. My top knee, which is my left knee, is going to slowly drive forwards and down on top of my knee to be able to start to roll my partner over. So again, I'll just get on the video so you guys can see. Slow motion in the guard, my partner's just going to slowly open up the guard. We're not framing up across the top. But my partner doesn't even have to block, he just puts pressure on my shoulders to go back on the ground. So what we're doing is we're fighting to the inside position, which is this. I don't particularly care if I'm on the knee, I don't care if I'm on the hip, but it's more important that I'm trying to get my shoulder and my hip line down. I'm not recovering, so I can even come to here. My partner is going to go like I don't want Adam to snap cross face. This is the whole quad pose. My hip line and shoulder line has to go down, so make sure I'm this way. My knee, top knee, is going to come forwards and down towards the ground. This will give me the sweep and put me to the top position, so it's easier to control my partner. One more time. So off the guard pass. His job, what he's trying to do, he's trying to get out from my legs and get to a dominant position. So I'm trying to stop him. The most common defense is up the frame. What we're doing today is this, nice and neat, hand shoots down low, so I'm on the inside position from here. You can retract your right elbow if you need to. That's my hand, I understand my elbow. Not the finger pointing to the stars. Concentrate on the finger, and you say, okay. So from here, low, here. Now what I see is they try and bring their knee high, but it's not going to affect his base. So what I'm doing is I take my knee in front of my other knee and down towards the ground. It's going to put me in the position to be able to come up on top. Jump up, Micah. So the position is, once I'm here, all I want to do is get that position to here, so my shoulders are rolling forward, which means my hips by default will follow. If I bring my knee up, my hips now are facing center line, while my hips facing down. So the easiest thing we want to do is we want to kind of go instead of here, hand goes down, knee comes forward, so we're starting to move to the top position instead. And you keep it really simple, but we're trying to go shoulder and chest down, so my hips go down. So okay, as Tiana's passing the guarda, okay, my knee. Anytime my knee's facing up, my hip line is still facing up. So it's really important that once I'm here, I'm trying to get my knee as low to the ground as I can. I'm not trying to go behind her back, because if Tiana starts to back out, she's going to turn my hips back open again, my back is going to go to the ground. So what I was seeing some of you people doing was that your knee was up behind Ali G's back. Get your knee behind him to nudge him to be able to come up behind. So I want my knee facing the ground. That by default, my chest is to the ground as well. Let me explain again. Do you feel the difference from that? So from here, shooting across. So what I'm trying to do is my knee is trying to go straight. I just try and drive my knee in front. And this will give me the position to be able to come up to at least get to the back position or top position of my partner. 1, 2, 3. I sit on your knee, okay?
Yeah.
We're going to be working the same concept, but we're going to be working it from 3 different positions. And it's all about the shoulder, the hips and the knees. So we don't want to overcomplicate what we're doing. We don't want to bring any new viruses into what we're doing. We want to keep the concept the same. The thing I like about it is that the 3 positions we're doing this from are kind of 3 unique positions, but we're using exactly the same escape concept to get out of it. So once you get to apply this technique to a few different positions, it's going to make your game a lot easier. The second thing about it is it's really easy to do. It's quite hard to counter, and you don't have to kind of vary too much for each one. Ali G, can I grab you? Okay. For those of you that are new, this is called self-control. And generally what it is Ali G wants to try and get me my back pinned on the ground, apply weight across my chest so it's harder for me to move left or right. So if I try and bridge and move, she's simply got the pressure on me, which makes it really hard for me to move. I need to get my frame on the inside. So right now there's no space here. So logically, all I have to do is move my head away and I can get my frame in. Because she has a cross face, she's pushing my head that way. So it's not a really hard task. What I'm going to do is I'll walk both of my feet in towards Ali G and I'll walk my head away. From here, I'll get my frame system. Once my frame's in, I'm trying not to use my hand, that's a weak mechanic. I try and put it closer to my elbow. The reason being is the structure through my bone from the elbow to the shoulder is a solid structure. From my wrist to my shoulder, it's going to be able to bend. So I want to make sure it's the bone system. This is the part that a lot of people have trouble with. We're going to do the first part and then we're going to add the add-on. For me to escape is I've got to get my back off the ground. My left leg or the leg that's furthest away from my partner is going to take a big step out. I'm going to follow this over so my other leg swings through, and by default that will put my back up off the ground, so I've got the ability to start to turn. Let's have a look at that again, move over to the side distraction. So from here, elbows on the outside, I want to move my head away, so walk my legs in, frame comes in, realign. To get the escape is I walk my leg away, it might take 2 or 3, drag it, straighten my right leg, push off my frame system, get my back off the ground. So I just want to be on my side. I have a little bridge behind me. Anytime that my shoulder is 90 plus, I want to be strong. Anytime my shoulder is 90 minus, I'm going to work. So 90 minus, Ali G throws my back onto the ground, so cross faces, hard to deal with. Anytime I'm 90 plus, you push my back on the ground, hard. So I've got this ability to kind of keep my weight off the ground. So I can stay here, she can drive into me, but because I'm 90 plus, I'm stronger from here. Anytime my shoulder goes backwards, she wins. So one more time, small details. Walk your feet in, walk your head away, comes in. Walk your feet away 1, walk your feet away twice, kick your legs straight, turn your knee towards your partner, frame, get your back off the ground. I want to be turning this way. Most people are going to try and apply the cross face, they're going to try and apply pressure. Just make sure that you've got your strong core and you're in this position here. As long as I get to here, I'm jammed. Okay, 1, 2, 3. Grab Ali G again. So the concept is I need to get my left arm. So if you guys come around this way, you're going to see it a little bit better. Is I want to get my left hand to Ali G's knee, but I want to get the inside position. So this is the outside position because I'm on the outside of the arm. So I want to get my hand to the inside position, which it becomes a bit of an obstacle right now. So whether my hand's on the back or anywhere like that, ideally it will be on the inside, but we have a worst case scenario. So I'm going to do the same thing is I walk my head away, feet in, get my position. Walk my left leg 1, walk my left leg 2, straight in. What I'm going to do now is I'm going to punch my arm through to get through to the inside position. This actually really is because there's a bit of a space from here. All I'm doing now is this, I'm going to walk my my top knee, which is my left knee, to my hand. I'm going to walk my knee to my hand, not my foot. Walk my knee to my hand. So the hardest part is the setup, but once you get it, it's a really good condition to understand. This way again. So from here, elbows on the outside. So walk my head away, walk my feet in. Frame system, very important. I can't go any further without that. My left leg walks. My right leg turns. Turn my toes towards create frame. Shoot my hand through, and I can go to here. Most people are going to go, there's a choke or a crossface, so they're going to apply pressure here. What happens is this allows her shoulder become heavy. Now, I don't want to bridge. If you don't know what a bridge is, that's really good. Okay. No one tell them what a bridge is if they don't know what a bridge is. The part is this is, I'm just trying to knock her knees together to knock her off balance. I'm not trying to knock her over. So if I just keep my hands here and I walk my knees, so her knees come together, that's all I'm doing. The part that I see people do is they try and bridge and they go above the knee. So her knees aren't getting knocked together, I'm not attacking her hip. You may get the rollover, but it's a big effort to do this. So it's much better to kind of go here, make sure my hands are going to my shoulder line, my hip line is belly down. Keep your leg nice and low. Walk your leg 1, 2, 3, push, step up, switch to pass. And again, it's not a back step, it's a rollover. Move you around again, otherwise your bum's in the video. So from here, head away, bop, frame system in, left leg, straighten your right leg, turn, create a valley, hand shoots through to the ground. I want to make sure I'm kind of put a force in the ground, so I'm facing the ground. They'll gently try and cross face. If my chin's up, they'll win the cross face, chin's down, I'll win it. Chin up means that her shoulders are flaring my back to the ground. This is better for her, worse for me. Chin down means that her weight's going down, which is easier for me to roll it over. You're going to get like 2 seconds where it's a bit of pressure on your jaw. It's just pain. Goes away. Pain is weakness, leaving the body. No, it's just, it's not that bad. Honestly, it's not that bad. And energy is really strong. Okay, who would like to see it just one more time? Yep, did you want to see it? You okay? So, head goes away, feet come in, frame. Feet goes away, 1, 2, my right leg straight. So this is the whole concept, trying to get my left shoulder up off the ground, trying to get my left shoulder over. So, drive through the valley, turn. So I'm facing the ground, hands to the ground. The part that makes this work is I'm trying to knock her knees together. I'm not trying to bridge her over. If you don't know what a bridge is, good. Okay, so top leg runs down to knock her over. Cup, here, float, kick over, land, so in a better position from here. Okay. So, this is the part that if you're having issues, you're okay, you can lay on me, it's okay. You're shy? Okay. So, I've rescued my arm, walked away, watch, turn my leg, shoot my arm through. Now what I'm seeing people do is this, their knees here. If you can't see my knees facing up. So I've got no control of the hips, no control of the knee. So what I would like to do is I'd like to keep my leg long and put it behind. So now, if I just run together, So anytime that my leg's high, if it's long, I'm turning down. So what most people do is once they're here, they try to bring the knee up, they try to knock the partner bone up, and all you're doing is putting the weight onto your throat. I want to go belly down. All I want to do is turn to my knees. Put your hand on the ground, put your knee on the ground. Okay. So it's that knee position that when we're nudging, that top knee, keep that leg long and put your knee on the ground. And from here, it's like how a baby learns how to get up. Like a baby doesn't, oh yeah, I'll just get up. The way the baby learns is they start to rock. But they realise that this is the issue because I can't get up because his knee keeps in the ground. So when they move the knee out the way, you can start to move up. So the concept behind this is that once I've got to the position, that knee's the issue. Kill the knee, put my knee on the ground, and I'll be able to come up. But your knee has to go as close to your elbow as you can. If it's long, here, you're going to have a lot of trouble getting up. So you want to use this momentum. So leg goes long, kicks behind him, comes up so you can get to your knees. Okay, 1, 2, 3. Before knee on bellies, pretty much you put your knee on your belly from here. And you know, like the downfall base, a lot of people push up, I give them access, underhooks, etc. So what we're going to do from here is really easy. My right hand goes on the knee, left hand goes on the knee. So kind of like pushing from one to another. So I'm going to turn that so you're on the camera. So from here, right hand, left hand, knee. Come on. Slow motion, let's go. So, knee right. A lot of the time we're attacking the hips. This is kind of like holding them in position. So right hand, create the space. Left hand takes the inside position. My top knee comes through. Exactly the same as before. So now, this is the deal. He's got two choices. He can either try and fight it by going that way, which means I'll take him belly down. But the most common response is that they try and get that, which gives me the ability to start throwing my partner over. Once we're in this position, we want to work the end of the leader, which is the ankle. So if he tries to drive back towards me, once the ankle's high, I've got the control. Go. So from here. Knee right. Okay, I want to get my shoulder and my knee up off the ground. Create space, hand fight, turn my knee through. From here, bring my knee to my chest and try and catch my foot onto his calf. From my knee to my chest, try and catch my foot onto his calf. So I'm basically carrying his whole weight just to my hip flexor from here. Right? Pick a step, turn from here, end of the lever. Up, get to top position. Okay? The end of the lever is going to make sure that his hips can't follow me and that his back will go to the ground. Chloe. It's knee ride your boss. Okay. 1. Push. 2. So I'm 90 degrees belly down. Does that make sense? I have to be belly down. Bring my knee through the valley. Cool. Now, slowly lift. So all of the weight is on here. Hip partner over, end the lever, and come up. If your partner is annoying, it's rude. I'm not here. 1, 2, and I'm here, and my partner's kept that like I'm trying to nudge him backwards. Hold, same as before, knee goes down, take him down, come up out the back instead. Just take him down.
If they've got really long legs and it's hard to get the sort of under the knee.
They've got really long legs.
I've got really short legs and there's a lot of tall guys around.
So have you got long legs, Sarah? Hey? Who? Let's go, come here.
The longest leg.
Okay. Would you like to knee ride me?
I guess so, yeah.
So, long legs. think about it this way. Same deal. 1, 2. But now, here. So now, put my knee. And the lever. Back on the ground. So I'm technically holding his hip to my hip by locking it over. So where he go, so where I go, you have to go. Does that kind of make sense? Okay, we'll just do the first one to keep everyone, so no one kind of forgets. We'll do it close. Go again, please. Knee on belly. Create a space to be able to turn. Shoot through, so my knees, my shoulder, and my hips turn down. Lock it, bring my knee on the inside position and hold. Bring my knee to the inside position. Okay, now slide my hip and lift my leg. Grab the lever.